Bet you didn't know geography could go woke. Well, my beloved Aggies found a way to do it. And no, this isn't a joke. This is Friday, February 28th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Friday. Thanks for ending the month of February with the Texas Minute. If you enjoyed the Texas Minute, please give the show a rating, and if you have time, leave a review. This is the easiest way to help us help others find the show. Let's get to the news. A family-owned landscape construction company is suing both the city of Houston and Harris County over a minority and women-owned business program, calling it an unconstitutional violation of its rights. Landscape Consultants of Texas is a small business with a mostly Hispanic 50-member workforce, but its owners, Jerry and Teresa Thompson, are white. The Thompsons argue that they're the victims of racial discrimination in government contracting because despite being the lowest and most qualified bidders on a number of local government projects, they've been passed over for minority-owned firms by the city and county. Even when they win a contract, though, the Thompsons assert that they're required to give 11% of the work to a minority-owned firm. They argue that a similar business owned by a minority would be permitted to keep 100% of the contract amount. State taxpayer funds could soon be removed from libraries that host drag queen story hours in which men dressed as women read books to young children. Legislation by Republican State Senator Brian Hughes of Mineola would cut off state and local funding to libraries that facilitate such events, which Hughes says are a form of political activism rather than education. In presenting the legislation to the Senate State Affairs Committee yesterday, Hughes referenced a case in Houston where it was discovered that a library had allowed a registered sex offender to participate in the program without conducting a background check. Just days after Texas Lottery Commission members faced widespread criticism from state lawmakers, senators have sent to the House a measure explicitly banning illicit ticket resellers known as lottery courier services. Legislation by Republican State Senator Bob Hall of Edgewood passed the chamber unanimously yesterday. It prohibits online couriers from allowing customers to purchase lottery tickets at a premium from brick-and-mortar stores without being physically present. The courier process was introduced to Texas over the last decade, well after the Texas Lottery was established in the early 1990s. While state law currently requires purchases to be made in person with cash, the Lottery Commission has aided these services in circumventing those statutes. Senators have publicly accused the lottery of working as a money laundering operation. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Are you worried about your kid's future? You should be. I'm Charles Blaine with Texas Tomorrow. This is a show where we're going to talk about the issues and the people that are pushing the policies that concern your family, your home, and your kids. Catch Texas Tomorrow every Thursday.
This probably sounds like the start of an Aggie joke. How do you make geography go woke? Well, Texas A&M found a way. Unfortunately, no one's laughing. A Texas A&M course in geography is promoting gender identity, intersectionality, and critical race theory. It turns out the course satisfies the university's international and cultural diversity requirement. In a presentation for A&M's Intro to Human Geography course, a module entitled Cultural Geographies asserts that gender is, quote, socially constructed. Texas Scorecard obtained the presentation through an anonymous source. According to the presentation, gender, quote, can be influenced by biology, social and cultural influences, and the presenter asserts often disadvantages females. It goes on to assert that gender intersects with other identities like race and religion to, quote, further marginalize females. Remember, this is a geography class. I guess I probably don't want to ask my fellow Aggies to define what is a woman. You can find details of all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Charles Blaine, Brandon Waltons, Luca Cacciatore, and Valor Munoz. It was produced by Nick Shepard, who got it delivered to your ears. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.